What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. I'm last minute getting everything ready here. What's new, right? I was just sharing it over on Instagram, sharing it over on Twitter, all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate you guys being here already. I know there are a bunch of people already in the chat. Today's a big one. Today is our first fundraising live stream where you guys have the ability to donate, which I'm very excited about. Dale Wareham already donated $50 Canadian to the NAACP. This is, see, I knew you guys would come out. I knew you guys would come out big, strong right off the bat. So, as I'm sure you can tell already, today's live stream is like I said, a fundraiser for the NAACP. Obviously, there's a lot going on right now, and I've been trying to figure out how I can make a difference with the platform that I have. And one of the ways that I figured I'd be able to do that is by turning some of these live streams into fundraisers. So thank you guys so much for coming out. If you can, if it makes sense for you, hit that donate button. It's all going straight to NAACP. I don't see it or anything. YouTube's got a system, so it goes straight there. And it's really something that we should all be getting involved with. And just a way for us to make a difference. I know lots of people have been reaching out to me lately and asking how they can get involved, because I've been pretty vocal about things over on Twitter and Instagram and that kind of stuff. So this is how you can get involved. This is one small way. There's a lot more that you can do, and if donating doesn't make sense for you, there's a lot more that you can do. I do highly recommend getting out there, doing your research. That's what I've been doing for like the last week straight. Like I haven't been focusing on anything else. So and it's super rewarding for me to feel like I'm making a difference. NAACP. I'm gonna butcher the actual name of it here, but let me just North American. Let me look it up so I get it right and not butcher it or make up my own version of it. National Association for the Advancement of Colored People is what it is. I did look for a couple of options on there as far as what YouTube was already connected with, and that was the one that popped up that I thought made sense for what we're doing right now. Yeah. So, and I think in the future, I'm going to be doing more of these that are fundraisers as well, maybe for different causes. But for right now, I really wanted to do it with the NAACP. Thank you for answering that in the chat. I'm already getting behind the chat here. We got donations from people. I'm going to try and get to editing photos from people who make donations. Typically, we do super chats are the way to bribe your way to the top of my editing list. And but in today's live stream, it's going to be by making donations. So if instead of super chatting, please make donations if you can, and we'll go from there. I'm just importing all your photos into Lightroom right now. So we're going to take a look. What is going on? There we go. Let's get you guys switched over so you can see what's up on my screen here. There we go. I don't know why I'm having trouble seeing my chat today. We got an anonymous donation. We got... So yeah, like I said, we got Dale, we got Thomas gave $136 to the NAACP. Thank you so much for putting that forward there. Farts Photography gave $20. Oscar Moreno gave $5. Anonymous $5. Casey Anderson did $20. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Like right off the bat, just getting right in there. Mr. Camera Junkie's in the building. Pranav wants me to talk about my live setup quickly. I actually have a whole video on that, so if you want to go search my channel for it, you can find my live setup video. Noah says you should donate to cancer sometime in the future. We definitely could go there. Pranav said, is there a video available on it? Yes, like I said, there is a video on my live setup, but I do want to hop into get into your guys' photos. So we got some awesome photos this week. I think there are, what was I looking at in here? 25 of them this week. Kyle and Andrea just gave $10. Amazing. You guys are amazing. This is why I love you guys. All right. So we got some killer photos in here again. You guys are always bringing the heat. I know I saw some JPEGs in there, so I'm going to be giving people heck. Just kidding. Pedro, hey. Can't donate from my country. You know what? There's if you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, there are donation links in my profile / bio on both of those. And once this live stream's done, I will add it into the description as well. Unfortunately, like I said, I was running a little behind last minute setup to get this going, but let's edit some photos, you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Dale, let's see if Dale is the first photo. Dale, thank you for donating. Hey, this is Edmonton. Dale, do I know you? Okay, we got like some Dutch angle action going on here. I think this is Edmonton. Is that Edmonton? All right, let's get over into our develop tab here. Farts Photography says, hey Donna, I submitted a boring construction site, hopefully in RAW. I think I saw yours come through in RAW. Hopefully. All right. I am struggling with being able to see your guys' comments and stuff here, so let me see if I can bring my chat window to the front. It doesn't look like it. Oop. All right. Pranav says, love your content. Thank you so much. Oh, it's Toronto. I swear every major city in Canada has one of these big swoopy bridges now. All right, first and foremost, we're looking pretty dark here, so let's crank up some exposure. This is a CR2, so we're in raw land somewhere. Let's go to our lens corrections. There we go. We got a sensor spot. Let's fix that up real quick while I'm seeing it. Might be a lens spot. Now, okay, Dale, is the bridge, is it like a straight arc, or is the top of it tilted? Because I'm gonna try and even it out here, I think. Oh no, I might have to go way too far to get the horizon straight. I gotta like really mess with it. So let's just play it with the Dutch angle in there. And we'll just say that was fully on purpose. I don't know if it was or not, but sometimes I do this thing where I hold my camera down, like if I want it down close by the ground, and kind of blindly shoot it, and it's always way off. Okay, you shot on an angle deliberately. Good to know. That's important stuff. When I do it, it's not deliberately. It's always totally an accident. Okay, let's bring my blue primary down. If you guys have seen me in these edits before, you might recognize some of these moves. I'm gonna go straight into the HSL here. We got some like really cool like orangey kind of tungsten-y looking lights. Don't you hate it when there's a bunch of lights and some of them are like yellow like that and some of them are nice and orange? It's annoying. So what we're going to do about that is we're going to go to our hue. We're going to go to yellow and we're going to crank it over towards the orange until our lights match closer. Let's see. Before, after. And actually, I might have went a little too far with it. So I might actually bring the orange back a little bit towards yellow. Alright, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to saturation. I'm going to pull down a whole bunch of stuff that I don't think I need. The orange is nice, but it might be a little intense. I'm going to leave most of the blue so we have that kind of blue in the sky. The sky's not like super blue, so... Actually, now that I pulled out all that other stuff, I feel like maybe the orange could be up a little bit. Let's go back to basic. Give me some more contrast. A little bit of texture. I'm gonna pull my blacks down and my whites up. We're gonna make this punchy. Punchy. A little bit of clarity. What happens if I dehaze? No, that's not doing it. That ain't it, Chief. Okay. What else can we do with this sucker? Let's Donna curve it a little bit. Pull up those blacks, and a little contrast curve going on in here. Now, I think because I had to crank the exposure up so much from where it was originally taken, we can see that there's some noise in there. So I'm going to use my detail tab here, bring up the noise reduction a bit. Is that going to do anything? It's thinking, it's trying, it's hoping, it's wishing. A little bit more. Come on, clean it up for me. There we go. That's a little cleaner. Okay, and then I'm gonna sharpen a whole bunch, but I'm gonna mask, so it's only sharpening the areas where I want it to sharpen. Casey said, haha, when you said done a curve, my Alexa went off. Oh yeah, I have this incredible power right now where I could say, hey Siri, or hey Alexa, and all of your devices will go off. But with great power comes great responsibility. I'm surprised my phone didn't go off actually just now. Maybe I have it disabled. So this is looking pretty clean right now. Trying to think what else I could do in here. Maybe even just more contrast. Bring the blacks down some more. And then I think what I'm gonna do, there's like this cool kind of, up in this section, there's this light hitting the inside of these kind of structures on the bridge, and I feel like it would be cool just to like make them just a little bit brighter. Now it's gonna be an interesting thing to try and get them without making it bright all around them. But I think if I just paint them in a little bit, and I'm careful-ish. I'm never that careful, to be completely honest, unless it's like client work. Just want these to stand out a little bit more, because I think that's a really cool thing. And there's the rest of the bridge has this really cool kind of contrast to it, but up here it just is like not quite as much as the rest. So if I kind of before and after just that, so it's a little dimmer, and then bam, it pops a little bit more. All right, I think I'm feeling good about that one. I'm gonna flag it, and we're gonna look at the before. Super dark, nice. I'm setting people's Alexa off. So the nice and dark before, and there's the pop and after. I really like these, like, oops, I'm drawing with the brush here. I really like the stars that are going on around all the lights there. This is at 10 millimeters too. This is super wide. Very cool shot. Dale, thank you so much for submitting, and thank you so much for donating to the NAACP. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all you guys coming out. We've already got a bunch of donations, but if you're coming out, if you're hanging out, if you submitted a photo, or even if you didn't and you want to get involved, you can donate to the NAACP. There should be a donate button. If you're on desktop, it'll be over to the side. If you're on mobile, I think it's down below. So I highly recommend that you do that and get involved, and that's also going to push you up to the top of me editing your photo. So somebody said, I'm back. How many photos did I miss? We've just done the one. I'm a slowpoke. I take my time. I keep seeing this, like, oh, I keep seeing the big orange thing up in the corner. It's like the corner of one of my packing blankets. I'm gonna see if I can see what I missed in the chat while I was editing there. So Dale said it's Toronto, so that's a photo of a bridge in Toronto there. Jason May says, didn't submit this time around, but hope you're doing well. I am doing quite well. Thank you for thanks for coming and hanging out. And we got Orlando, Florida in the house with Tech Savvy Daddy. That is quite the username. That is impressive. I like it. I gotta turn on my idea bulb here. What else do we got? Somebody says, where can I send a raw file? Unfortunately, the submissions are closed at this point. I typically close them about half an hour before I start here. So I download them all out of a folder that is, I set up a Google form that you can fill out, but I do it every other week so you can submit for next time. Stefan or Steven, sorry, says, hey Donna, great to see you're doing well. Woke up a little late for previous photo edit stream, so and you missed my photo. Oh no. Well, did you submit again this week? Hopefully we can get at it. We got Drone Mood in from Switzerland. Welcome. Christopher's here. I keep setting people's Alexa off. Okay, we got 27 people in the chat. If you guys are just joining us, yeah, we're editing some photos today and doing it all for the NAACP. If you guys want to donate, I'm trying to find who was next. So Dale was first there. We got Thomas Manning donated $136. Thank you so much, Thomas. Did you submit a photo? Let me scroll through here and see if I can find you. Thomas Manning. Looks like this is you here. All right. This is a killer shot. Beautiful portrait. So we're at 56 millimeter, ISO 80, 1.4. Is this the Sigma 56 millimeter? Oh, and it's not wildlife this time, he says. Oh, yeah. I appreciate, switching it up a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Lens corrections, enable profile. Built-in lens profile is applied. That'll tell me. Oh, no, it's a Fujifilm. Oh, I didn't look at the file type. All right, let's get to doing this thing. I'm gonna go into my profiles, which I forgot to do on the last one, and we're gonna grab a Fuji profile because the Fuji profiles are so nice. And this is this an X-T3, Thomas? I'm drawing a blank on what you probably told me last time too. Oh, classic chrome looks really good. Or Astia is nice too. I think I like classic chrome there. Yapoo. I assume you meant yup, but we got yapoo. All right. Heading into calibration, as always. You don't need it as much with the Fuji stuff because the skin tones are already kind of where I like them, and it's me and Fuji have a love-hate relationship. All right. Okay. Taking a second. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. I'm gonna analyze this photo and decide what I want to do with it. It's already a great photo. You could just leave it as is. I haven't heard of the Fuji Yapoo. What's the, I thought I had a good thing going on with Fuji. They sent me the X-T4 to review, but apparently they didn't want to let me know about the Yapoo. Let's pull down the highlights a little bit and get some of that detail back in the face. Actually going to, let's get some of them shadows up. It's a prototype, the Yapoo. I wonder when this video or when this live stream turns into an actual video afterwards and people can play it back, when the auto translator or auto captions happen. I wonder how many times it's gonna think that I said the word poo. This is a killer picture, dude. Look at how sharp those eyelashes are. That's crazy. The Fuji 56, maybe just a little bit more saturation. Not too much. And then I wish they had scopes in Lightroom like they do in video editing software, so that I could check my skin tones and stuff in a more scientific way. Maybe that's just me being a baby, but it's because my intuition says push my oranges a little bit into the red. But then I'm also maybe I'm messing with myself over here. Let's get rid of some stuff we don't need. This is I feel like as an audio guy, I feel like this desaturating all the colors I don't need is basically me filtering out all the low end that I don't need in a photo, or sorry, in a song, or in an element of a song. Ding, 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 ding. Mm-hmm. No, not split toning. That's not what I want. Y'all ready for the Dunna curve? I might not fade up the blacks much this time though, if at all. Okay, I lied. I am going to a little bit. Did I make it better or worse? You guys ever do that? Where you do something and then you are wait, is it better or is it worse with that? It's a little bit more stylized, I guess. A little more matte looking. here's what I want to do. I'm going to go in on these eyes here and do some more kind of precise stuff. Kyle and Andrea says, scoop that 300 hertz. Got to get rid of that mud, man. Always throwing in the audio jokes for those who know. Okay, let's grab a radial filter here. I'm gonna go iris enhance. I'm gonna draw a little circle to the eye on the iris, and then I have to invert it because it did it to everything except the iris. Let's do another one here. Might be a little intense, but I can dial it back afterwards. Invert. Let's see. Yeah, this might be just a little too intense. Let's just dial back the exposure on them. I like the clarity though, and then the extra saturation too to bring out the color in the eyes. You could even cool off the eyes a little bit. She has some crazy colors going on in her eyes. It's awesome. It's like part of me doesn't want to cool them off too much because there is like a little bit of like a yellowy or a kind of an orangey color in there. Maybe I could get really specific with a brush on that. Let's go 3:1. I'm gonna grab a brush and I'm gonna do some dodging, but also crank over the temperature of it. What's going on here? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Give me that color back in the eyes there. It almost looks like her eyes are like little worlds. Just gonna dial this in to where I like it. The radial filters are a little too intense with the color, so I'm gonna go back to those. And just dial back my saturation a handful. And then I think just overall we could be a little brighter maybe. I have terrible posture. What am I doing? So here's your before, and then your after. I made it too pink. Give me 1 sec. It's not quite done. Almost there. Just the whole picture could just use a little bit more green in it, maybe. There we go. Now I feel better about it. So we got before, we got after from Thomas Manning. Coming in, crushing it again with the awesome photo and the beautiful donation to the NAACP. Oh, I just removed the flag. Let's flag it. All right, we're 2 in, you guys. We got another anonymous donation. Amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out and submitting photos and donating and, you know, supporting the cause and whatnot. I appreciate you guys a lot. Carlos said just donated £5. Awesome. Oh yeah, it came through as anonymous, but glad you said something. Did you submit a photo, Carlos? Rich is here. Thomas says, nice man, really like it. Never thought to bring out the little bit of gold in the eyes. Yeah, that was, I didn't notice it until I started pushing the eyes cooler a little bit. Let's go back to that so you can see it. Until I started pushing the eyes a little bit cooler, and then you notice these, like, the little bit of gold or orange or whatever you want to call it in there. It's very cool. All right. All right. Oh, am I frozen? Okay. All right, anyone let me know. On my end, it looks like I froze up. Am I frozen up? All right. My stuff is just acting weird. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. You guys are saying I'm good. I'm gonna trust you guys. You guys will let me know. You guys always let me know when I forget to switch back to my screen and show you. Thanks again to everyone who's come out and is hanging out. We're editing your photos. If you sent them in every week, or every other week, I should say, I do a photo editing live stream, and you guys get the chance to submit your photos. This week is a special one because it's a fundraiser for the NAACP. There should be a donate button somewhere on your screen, and if you donate, your photo gets moved up to the top of the list as far as me getting to it. So typically I take bribes for coffee money, but this week we're doing it for a good cause. Not that my coffee habit isn't a good cause. Farts Photography was the next one with a $20 donation. So let's hunt down Farts Photography here. You guys can't see. Where is it? I think you said it was like a construction scene or something. There it is. All right. So many buildings that look like this. That's like must be like a new style or something like that. Downtown Edmonton has some similar looking buildings. All right, I gotta get back to the bottom of the chat. Drone Mood says, when can we send you photos again? Drone shots are okay. Drone shots are just fine. Yeah, so every other week I put something on my Instagram and Twitter, and usually on YouTube in the like community section too, to let you guys know where you can submit. So you just got to keep your eyes peeled. Usually I post it on like Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, first off, let's straighten this sucker out. Gotta love auto straighten. Might still be a little wonky. It's tough to know with the like mountains in the background there, because they're all. Vivian wants to know what's the best lens for portraits on the A6600. Get the Sigma 56mm, or the Sigma 30, depending on what kind of portraits you like to do. But I like my 56 for portraits if I can. All right, and we got a NEF file. We're gonna go to lens corrections. Just make that happen. We're gonna go to our profiles here. Where are they? Camera matching. Let's go standard. All right. let's have some fun with this one, because this one's like it's like a landscape kind of thing. It's really interesting, the mountains in the background, so we got kind of that like nature thing, and then we got the big skyscrapers, so we've got like the city thing, and then we've got this like job site where they're obviously building something, so it's got this kind of like industrial vibe. It's like three things all clashing together. So let's see what we can do with it. Let's push our blues a little tealier, more tealescent. I'm gonna take my tone curve, give it a little bit of a contrast curve, brighten things up, highlights down so we can see those beautiful clouds, beautiful wispy clouds in the sky. And I'm going to go into my HSL where all the magic happens, and we're going to desaturate the blues, because there are just too many. You see all them blues? Bam. And let's make them a little more teal where they are. And then desaturate them some more, because get out of here, blue. Who needs you anyway? Drone Mood says, okay, thank you for the information. I'll try to participate next time. All right. And Tech Savvy Daddy says, set a calendar reminder for the next one. Awesome. Excellent. We got some new folks in the live stream. I like it. Okay, what else we got? Man, this is, whatever construction company this is, that color is horrid. I get it. I get why you would do that, but it is terrible. I don't want to look at it anymore. I'm going to desaturate it. I've just desaturated like everything though. I think there needs to be some color in this photo. It's just going to be orange. This is like one of those photos where you get rid of all the colors except one. Sneaky done a curve. I didn't do it all at once. All right, let's bring up them shadows just a little bit, pop them whites. Some kind of vintage vibe on this shot. Boom. Doom, 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 doom. Noah says, if I don't donate, will you not show my photo? I'm going to try and get through as many as I can, and if I get through all the donations, then I'll just keep going and going and going. But I don't usually get through all the photos. So it just depends on how people are feeling as far as whether it makes sense for them to donate or not. Because I have made a commitment that I'll get to the donation ones first, but I will, if I get through all those and there's still some time for me, I will move on to all the other ones afterwards. Stefan says, can't donate from my region. Wish there were other ways I could help support the cause, or I'll donate on my own time. Yes, please do. Yeah, it's not going to work for everybody. The donate button isn't perfect here, but like I said earlier, if you're looking for a way to donate, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I've got links in my profile there that goes to this cool thing where it actually is like 11 different Black organizations, including Black Lives Matter and the NAACP. And if you put in an amount, it'll split it evenly between all 11 organizations, or you can do it custom however you want. So if you guys want to do that as well, that would be awesome. And if you do, let's say, you can't donate on this from your region, if you go do that, let me know. And I'll throw you in the running here, because I get that like the donate button doesn't work for everybody here. Let's do this. I'm trying to edit and talk at the same time. My mind is going to explode soon. All right, I'm feeling good about that. It's kind of gritty and like dark, and like it's got like the power of the mountains, and then the epicness of the skyscrapers and the grittiness of the construction scene. I'm feeling it. Farts Photography, thank you so much for submitting. We got your before and your after right there, and thank you so much for donating to the cause for today. Time for a coffee break. It is coffee break with Donna Did It after all. Farts Photography said there's going to be a 60-story condo. My mountain view will be gone. Oh no, that's rough. Chris Brockhurst just showed up and donated $20. The NAACP. Thanks for coming out, Chris. I don't know if you submitted a photo, but I appreciate you coming out. If it is, I'll find it in there. All right, let me find who was next in line here. Got a little lineup. Oscar, next on the docket. Let me see if I can find you, Oscar. Oscar, where are you here? Oscar, where is your photo? I don't see an Oscar. Maybe Oscar didn't submit a photo. Hey, Oscar, if you're still kicking around, first of all, thank you so much for donating. And second of all, if you have a photo in here, let me know what it is. Most of these have names attached to them, but some of them might not. So if I'm missing your photo, just let me know what it's of so I know which one to do. And for now, I'm going to move on to Casey Anderson, who gave a $20 donation. We're going to find your photo in here. I know I saw it earlier. Right? I know I saw your name. There it is. All right, we got some silhouette action happening here. A RAF file. What's a RAF file from? Chris says, no photo, just here for the music. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for joining in here. We got some lens suggestions happening in the comments there. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I babble to myself and and edit this photo. Now, what are all these little, and all sorts of little stuff, little lens spots or something like that. We're at F4. RAF is Fuji. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. Now that I think about it, you're right. You're totally right. I should know that. Oh, it's rain. Gotcha. That's cool. That explains why there's motion blur on it. Man, I am having an off day apparently. I've been pretty distracted lately, so I'm gonna blame that. Let's go with Eterna and make this all cinematic-y. Let's straighten it out. We're vertical, so I'm gonna go Instagram crop. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys. What is going on? Instagram crap. First I'm saying, no, I'm not even gonna go there. Never mind. It looks like maybe it was like a midday kind of thing. Maybe we're just like super dark here. But I kind of liked how like dark the sky was and stuff. It's got like a kind of a cinematic-y vibe to it, but it kind of doesn't make sense with like kids playing outside. I guess you said it was raining, so. Let's get some noise reduction going on here. That's a 3-to-1. The detail is cool in all the water droplets on the skin there. That's neat. Do a little bit of masking as soon as my computer catches up. It's not straight yet, is it? There we go. Now it's straight. Let's go to the calibration. Oh, somebody's honking outside. This might be a cool one to do a bit of a orange and teal split tone kind of thing. Although I might have to go opposite of what I usually do. So I'm holding Option, and it basically makes it like full saturation. Caitlin Anderson is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I try split toning and then I'm like, do I like this? Do I not like this? How do I feel about split toning? I think this time I actually do like it. It doesn't always happen that way though. It's a funny thing, split toning. A little more contrast. Let's make it look like a Fuji. I mean, it is a Fuji, but there we go. I think I'm feeling that. It's got kind of like a vintagey cinema kind of thing going on. Casey Anderson, there you go. I'm gonna mark that. Caitlin Anderson, I don't know if there's a relation there, but said it would be a cool black and white shot. You would say that. You love your black and white, don't you? Let's see what it would look like if I kicked it over to black and white. It does look cool in black and white, especially with the split toning because it brings like a little bit of color into it. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a quick virtual copy, and I'm gonna bring this one over to black and white. Actually, I'm gonna use one of the camera profiles because the Fuji black and white ones are really cool. The monochrome. Actually, you know what? I liked it before. When I just click black and white. Neat. Okay, so we got a color version eventually. So we got before. We got a color version, and then we got a black and white version. Very cool. I like it. Nice. So many Andersons here. All right. We're dead. We've got, I think, what, 3-4 photos done? I'm trying to go a little bit faster. I have a tendency to get caught up babbling. and drinking coffee. I'm almost done my coffee already. Jeez, you guys. Oh, it's almost 7. All right, I gotta scroll way back up and find out who is next in the donations. If you guys are just joining us, this is Coffee Break with Donna Did It, and I am editing the photos that you guys submitted. Either you found the links on Instagram, Twitter, or here in the community section and submitted your photos, and we're taking donations for the NAACP because Black Lives Matter. And Kyle and Andrea donated $10, and I know for a fact that they have a photo in here somewhere. I've always wondered, when Kyle and Andrea are logged on, is it always both of you guys? Is it usually just one? Natesh says, hope you're doing well, good sir. Just spreading some love to everyone here. That's great. Love, love. Love is the best. Kyle and Andrea, where's your photo? I swear I saw one in here with that name on it. Hey, Kyle and Andrea. Kyle and or Andrea. Are you guys still here? Tell me what photo is yours. Oh, no photos from this week. Aw, that's sweet. Well, thanks. I mean, it's not sweet that you didn't put a photo in. I would love to see your photo, but it's sweet that you gave the donation anyway. I appreciate you coming out and supporting the cause, and Kyle and Andrea has just confirmed that it's Kyle. What's up, Kyle? Thanks so much for coming out and supporting the cause, even without a photo in there. Let's find who is next for donations. I think we got a couple more. Anonymous, but then it was Carlos, and I remember seeing Carlos in there. Carlos, where said it's a tiger. There's the tiger. Tiger having a little treat. That is a cute kitty. Oh, you guys can't see. There it is. I was quick that time, you guys. I was quick. All right, what do we got here? CR3 file. What the heck is a CR3 file? Canon. Canon. Camera matching. Let's go with standard. Some contrast. A little tone curve action. Call it out if you want in the chat. So you know what's up. It's a little different every time, but it's usually there. Let's go to my calibration. Just love moving that blue primary over and making the oranges a little bit more orangey, a little less yellowy. You can do it with hue saturation luminance too, but it's not quite the same for some reason. Either you guys are really quiet in the chat or something's broken. Somebody drop a banana in the chat so I know you're still there. Burb Activist says, would you be interested in editing astrophotography? Yeah, I've done a couple of astro shots on here before. Let's get the hue here. We got some bananas in the chat, and then Nitesh says, not wanting to disturb you in your workflow, but as you edit, can you just explain the curves? Oh, and Maz is trying to get the donation to work. Good, yes. You guys can be quiet in the chat if you're trying to get the donation button to work. Yeah, so like right now I'm dealing with HSL, so I'm pulling down saturation on specific colors. So like I kind of want to draw the attention away from like this aqua green cage in the background, and more to our subject. So I'm going to pull some color out of the background just by guessing which colors. You can also use this guy here and then it'll show you which colors to pull down. But we're going to want mostly like oranges and yellows in this one so that we get lots of nice colors in our friend here, in our cute kitty. As far as the tone curve, so we got like, this is like our blacks and then this is our whites, and it's like on a black, white, how do I explain this? Down is like the darkest. So I guess it's black to white, from left to right, and then also from top to bottom kind of thing. So the curve normally it starts out totally flat like so, or totally angled like that, perfectly angled. So the blacks are perfectly black, the whites are perfectly white, and then what I'm doing is I'm pulling up my blacks a little bit so they actually become kind of a gray, and then I'm making a bit of a curve, and what that does is it makes it so that the bright parts get a little bit brighter and the dark parts get a little bit darker, which just essentially adds contrast. So it's very similar to just like taking your contrast and cranking it up. But I do that little fade in the blacks a lot of the time because I just like it. Bring my blacks down a little bit here. I'm going to push them against the gray kind of fade that I have in the curve there. Add some texture to our friend and a little bit of clarity to give it a little bit of an edge, maybe a lot of clarity, and then actually pull back the saturation just a little bit. And then I'm gonna do a vignette, a vignetting. We're gonna bring up the exposure a little bit, and I'm gonna bring back in a little bit of that saturation. I might actually make the oranges a little bit more reddy. So this is the hue portion of the HSL, which is where I can change certain colors to other colors. So if I take orange and move it all the way over, it gets a little bit more yellowy. If I move it all the way that way, it gets a lot more red. So you can kind of push colors towards or away from each other, that kind of thing. So I've made it like extremely intense. It makes our cuddly friend here look a little bit more vicious. Looks like a good snack though. I'm feeling good. All right. Thank you so much, Carlos, for submitting and donating, and yeah. All right, we're gonna take a quick little break so I can have some coffee. I'm gonna go back up and see if I can find who is the next one. I'm gonna scroll through the chat a bunch. So we had one anonymous. Okay, that was Carlos. If you guys donate anonymously, I might not see who it was unless you like yell at me in the chat. We had Chris, but he didn't have a photo. Vivian donated $20. Thank you. I don't think I saw a photo from Vivian in here on this one. And then I feel like maybe I saw Vivian later on asking where they could donate or where they could submit. Vivian, did you submit a photo already? If not, the submissions are closed, but I do appreciate you supporting the cause and stuff. And if you come back in the next one, just yell at me and say, I donated last time, do my photo. But yeah, I don't remember seeing Vivian in here. Let's see. Not looking like it. Let me know if I missed you there, Vivian. And I appreciate again that you're supporting the cause. Evan Fraser donated donated $5. Let's see if there's an Evan photo in here. I don't see. Okay, now there are a couple in here that don't have names on them. So if I'm missing you, let me know. Okay, I don't see an Evan. And if you guys are just coming out just to hang out and donate, I super appreciate it. I apologize that I'm taking so much time to find the photos and stuff. Oh, there's Evan Fraser Jr. All right, let's show this over to you guys. Vivian said, no, it's my fault, I didn't submit. Well, yeah, like I said, just next time, every other week I do this, so next time keep an eye out, and if you submit, just let me know what's going on, and I'll try and get to your photo. Okay, we got our first JPEG of the day. You guys know how I love to edit JPEGs. If you've been to one of these live streams. Luckily, this is a well composed and well lit JPEG, so we're gonna be good here. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna desaturate it, and I'm going to. Oh no! Why is it doing that? All I'm doing is moving the temperature over, but it's making it like super bright looking. I gotta do that a different way. I just want to like make it look super warm. So we're gonna cheat here a little bit. Okay, so that warmed it up quite a bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of that saturation back in. What have I done? Does this look terrible? Did I do a bad job? Graduated filter, where did you go? How come I can't see you? Uh-oh. Can't see the actual thing itself, the little button that I need to press to get rid of one. Edit. Did I not make one? Show edit pins always. It seems that there's not one on here. Maybe I just never made one. No, I definitely made one. This is super weird. Okay, I gotta reset this photo and start from scratch again because it's doing something super weird. But I know what I want to do. Just totally zoned in there for a moment. It just wasn't like, I don't know where I went. Chris N says, my graduated filter button disappeared yesterday and they had to restart Lightroom. Lightroom, what's going on here? What color is this? Okay, green and yellowish. We're gonna go for some gritty again here. Where is their blue? Oh, there's some blue in the shadows. I see it. Darn JPEGs. I'm just kidding. JPEGs are alright. Tone curve. Y'all know what time it is. Add some yellow to make the yellow bush pop out. This little bush on the side. I don't know that I want that to pop out too much. It's not really like a center focus point. I think I either would like people looking, if you know, if this were up to me, which I guess it is up to me right now, I would probably either want people looking at this part or looking at our kind of subject here. But yeah, like compositionally, it's tough to know what to make people look at in this one. So it's like you almost want to like maybe crop in a little bit so that our person is like just in the corner, like almost like point of view style, and then they're looking where we're looking. It would be cool if our subject was like had a line of sight up to these rocks, and then that would make us also want to look that way, because like he's telling us to look that way with his eyes. But yeah, actually I kind of dig that. So we got before and after. Cool. Excellent. Evan, thank you so much for submitting. Thank you so much for making a donation. I don't even know what we're at donation wise yet. My screen is covered in stuff, so I can't see where we're at, but you guys are killing it. If you're just joining us, this is Coffee Break with Donna Did It. It's me. I'm Donna, and I'm editing your guys' photos that you were submitted, and we're also raising some money for the NAACP. We have a bunch of donations so far. You guys are killing it. I'm just trying to find them because that's how you bribe me to make me edit your photo earlier. We had an anonymous donation of $1. I feel like somebody said that they donated $1 and it came up as anonymous. Where was it here? Anonymous. Pictography says, let me donate another $1. Pictography, I recognize that because I've seen it. There it is. Okay, we have a photo. Thank you for donating. Thanks for supporting the cause. Let's crop it. We're going Instagram crop on this one. We're going to center our subject real nice. Mid-walk. It's a nice stride photo. We got some cool shadows going on. This is JPEG. Another JPEG. What am I going to do with you guys? I'm just going to appreciate you. I'm going to appreciate the heck out of you. Oh my gosh, everything I do is just so wildly intense on a JPEG file. Daryl says, can't stay for the edit. Just wanted to help out. Thanks so much, Daryl. I seriously appreciate you swinging by. Uh-oh, I just turned on Siri when I said seriously. My bad. Yeah, no, thank you so much for coming out. Even if you can't stay, I appreciate you coming out. And we got Mark Lauren came in, donated $100, NAACP. Thank you guys again so much. I got the sniffles. Give me 1 second. There we go. We got it sorted. All right. yeah, thank you guys again so much for coming out, and for those of you who've supported, thank you. And if it doesn't make sense for you, I totally get it. Thanks for coming out and showing support anyway. Let's calibrate. Tone curve in it. This is that city vibe. Dark and gritty vibe. We're gonna desaturate. I'm gonna change the color of the jacket vibe. Ding, ding, ding. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just over here singing. Ain't no thing. Let's desaturate a bunch in here. JPEGs are so weird to work with, you guys. It's just that I'm not used to them. I feel like if I was more used to it, I would know what I was doing. I'm gonna crop in a little bit more on this. Just really highlight our subject here. Detail work here, noise reduction, sharpen it up, mask it out. Oh no, sharpening looks so bad on JPEGs. Sorry, I don't mean to keep picking on JPEGs. It's fine that you submitted a JPEG. It's totally fine. I'm just not used to it. Tone curve, done a curve. EAU Media Productions is in the building. Rod Django is saying real nice things. Rog, sorry. Raj? Thanks so much for coming out. He said, and also thank you for all that are donating. Yeah, huge thank you. You guys are the real stars here. All right. Oh, I got notifications popping up. What is going on with my nose? It's getting hot in here. I'm getting a runny nose. All right. I think I'm feeling good about this one. It's like a simple edit, but I dig it. Let's flag it. We got before, we got pink jacket, and then after. Took away a little bit of the pink. We got mid-stride there. All right. Little coffee break. Pictography says, sorry for the JPEG. It was freezing cold out there and I didn't realize it was in JPEG. It's all good. I'm making a bigger deal out of it than it is because I'm a goofball, but for real. People that shoot in JPEG like to shoot in JPEG. It's good for uploading quickly and stuff. All right, what else do we got? What else do we got? I'm scrolling back up and I'm seeing all the bananas in the chat. You guys are the best. Maz donated 20 bucks. Let's see if we can find Maz's edit in here. Or Maz's photo, I should say. Who's that? That's not Maz. I see Max. If your name doesn't match, I might not know who it is. Maz. Are you in here, Maz? I don't see your photo here. Let me know in the chat here if you're still kicking around. First of all, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for donating. And if you're still kicking around, let me know which photo is yours. Runny nose syndrome. What's happening over here? Oh, I won't find one. Okay. Next time for sure. Make sure to submit one. Let me know. Even be like, hey, remember last time I donated and I didn't have a photo? Just let me know. Every other week we do this. We got this. Vertix donated $1. Let's see if there's something under Vertix. I gotta figure out a way to do that so I know who you guys are when you donate. Let's see. Vertix, if you're still in here and you don't have a photo, let me know so that I can move on. I don't see anything with the name Vertix, so you gotta let me know if you did submit one. If not, thank you so much for donating. I appreciate it a lot. Caitlin Anderson, big donation. Caitlin says, yeah, I didn't submit a photo, but definitely wanted to support. Love this whole thing. Thank you so much, Caitlin. Caitlin, for anyone that doesn't know, is the one who designed my my logo and my parts of my website and all sorts of stuff. And she is amazing, and you should give her all of the work in the design world, and also an amazing photographer and poet and just everything. Multi-talented. Mark Lauren with a big donation, $100. Daryl Close. Mark, do you have a photo in here? And are you still kicking around? Mark Lauren, where is your photo? We've got a lot of donations that aren't necessarily connected to editing a photo, and I super appreciate that, you guys. I know usually I joke around about my my coffee fund, and you guys give super chats and support the channel and that kind of stuff, but I really appreciate you guys coming out and trying to help me, you know, raise some money for a great cause. Daryl Close says can't stay for the edit. Oh yeah, Daryl had to go, but gave a donation anyway. I don't know if there was a photo, but Paul says I did post one downtown lake. Let me see, cause the Daryl, are you still here? And then I'll get to you, Paul. Let me see. I see Paul's. Where's Daryl? I swear I saw your name in here, but maybe I'm losing it. Let me filter out the ones that are already flagged. Oh, that makes it a little easier. I had to figure out a better way to sort through these when you guys are hanging. I don't see anything from Daryl. Thanks so much for donating. If you're watching this on the repeat, and yeah, Paul is asking. So here we go. Retro Cine Production says, I send a drone photo. Will you edit it? If it's in here, I'll try and get to it. I think I've caught up through all the donation photos so far. So we're just gonna start going through it. Paul, you're up next here. Made it to the screen, but no edit. I'll get there. We got lots of time left. It's only 7:20. Where's Paul? Here's Paul. That's a cool photo. Did you sell this camera right after you took this? Kyle and Andrea says, I took a bunch of photos in Minneapolis this week. Forgot to submit. Send one next time. Very cool. That would be interesting to see. Was it of like some of the protests and that kind of stuff happening, or was it before all that went down? All right. So if it's Paul, it's probably a Sony, I think. Lens corrections. Tamron 17-28. I have that lens. I like that lens. Let's go into our camera matching here. I'm gonna go into landscape mode, which really made those blues like purpley blue, which I don't really necessarily like the colors, but I like what it did with the contrast of things. Some sirens outside, why not? Maz said, hey, just for reference, where do you submit? Yeah, so I post a couple of days before each editing live stream. I post on Twitter, Instagram, and then usually here on the community tab, if I remember. I'm getting better at that, but yeah, so I post all over the place, and then usually the day of too, I do like okay, last chance to get in, and then about half an hour before I go to edit, or before I start the live stream, I download all the photos, and that's kind of the cutoff. Let's get rid of some of the... What is going on in the clouds there? Why is there so much purple in the cloud? Look at all this. This is blotchy colored nonsense. There we go. Doo-doo-doo-doo. 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 Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, do we like it as a daytime or like a nighttime shot? Noah says, I sent a Canon camera with plants around it. I have to leave in a little bit. All right, I think I saw that one last week too, so I'll try and get to it here in a little bit. I know everyone's asking now. Oh, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. It's hard to see where if the horizon's straight or not, because I think we're looking at kind of like a corner. Hey, I'll just leave it. All right, y'all ready for the Dunner curve? Fade it up. Push it down. Push it up. Too much on the fade. Push it down. Too much on the fade. I don't know if I like much fade on this one. There's enough dark spots that they get really intensely faded. What else do I need to do to this one? Need some clarity maybe. Clarity does really well with like reflections in the water. A little bit of texture. Get this one guy up here. I'm trying to decide whether I like it or whether it's annoying. I'm just gonna leave it. Sometimes I use noise reduction even when there's not much noise because it like smooths things out. It feels like cheating, but I also like how it looks, so I don't really care. I should add fake stars. I don't even know if I could do that in Lightroom. Probably. I'm sure there's somebody. Maybe I could just like make it really little pinprick brush adjustments. Like if I just did like a super high exposure and then like zoomed in way in. Ready? I'm gonna make my, is that a UFO? It's a UFO for sure. I'm gonna make my brush really small. Then I'm gonna start doing little dots. Like this. Random, perfectly, all the exact same. This is not gonna work. It's gonna be really funny because they're all exactly the same size. Maybe I'll vary the sizes a little bit. Should probably also vary the brightnesses, but that's a lot of work. This is ridiculous. Why am I even doing this?
Look at those stars. Oh, I just drew a line. Whoops. Let's get rid of that. Why did you guys make me do this? Whose idea was this anyway? Paul, I'm sorry, I'm totally butchering your photo here. I'll get rid of these if they look that terrible afterwards. But also, maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave them and you can deal with it if you like them. I expect to see this on Instagram next week. Look at all them stars up there. Let's just dial them back a bunch. It looks super fake and pretty bad, but also I don't hate it. A little opacity and it'll be nice. Yeah, I don't think you can change the opacity on this. I can just dial back how much exposure. The nice thing about this is I can just like move my stars around. Oh, I didn't even notice that that one wasn't mine. Okay, let's see if I can match the like brightness to that one. I would need to sit here and do it for a lot longer to like really get it to like make sure it was filling up the rest of the space. And like make sure that there are some like on the edge like that, so like isn't just right in the middle. And the trick is gonna be like the clouds, because it's gonna look super fake if they just stop when the clouds start. This is the moon over here. All right, I'm getting ridiculous. I'm getting that out of there. Stefan said, I think these stars bring more life to the image. If I had time to like sit and make sure that they like really looked good, I think it could do some good things, but I think too it kind of like distracts from if you're trying to get people to look at the buildings and stuff. So that was fun while it lasted, but I think I personally prefer it without. I like just like the cityscape. Lots of contrast and something like that. So we got before and we got after. EUA Media says, oh, what did I just do? Oh yeah, I just flagged it, that's all. EUA Media says, now put a unicorn with McKinnon riding across the water. Let me just grab my several stock images of Peter McKinnon. Steven says it's pronounced Steven. Thank you for correcting me. That would be one of the names in the chat that I should probably get right, or at least be able to figure out. But Vivian says maybe make it a little darker and bring out the city lights. I think I ended up doing that right at the end there. Oh, we got so many Stevens. Who else was hanging out that said edit mine? There was lots of comments on the UFO here. What do we got? I think there was somebody else that like, you know what? I'm just gonna start going through the photos, see what's up. Somebody said that they got theirs on screen but didn't get the edit. Also, if you guys are just joining us, welcome to Coffee Break with Donna Did It. We got 29 people in the chat. We're editing your photos. I did say I was going to try and get to this one. I remember seeing this one pop in from last week. We're at ISO 6400. That would explain. There's a decent amount of grain and stuff here. It's like a cool photo, though. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, you guys can't see. I'm doing it again. Doing it again.
Classic Dunna. This is we got another JPEG photo. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna straighten her out a little bit here. We're gonna crop in, put that cannon right in the middle. Steven says, how can I get my photos to be edited? Yeah, so somebody answered you already, but I typically announce it a couple of days before, and then you can submit. Ooh, this is a dirty image. Let's see if we can do something cool. Let's go black. Oh, no, I don't want to go black and white, because then there's all that fun green that we lose out on. This is going to be an interesting one. Do a whole bunch of noise reduction. See if we can get rid of some of that noise in there. Bring up some sharpening. Bring it only to the areas we want it. So that's looking a little cleaner. Cleaned it up a little bit to start with. Now we're gonna go into our... Whew, this is a tough one. Just like everywhere I push it, it's like as soon as I start to push the shadows up, you see all this noise coming up in the camera and stuff. Even in the front, you can still see it here, and I haven't even really done much yet. Let's try a little fade here. We're gonna go to saturation, pull down the green a little bit. We're gonna also make the greens a little darker. I'm gonna go get rid of a lot of saturation here. Steven says, will you be using Photoshop to edit photos in the live stream? I hop over there every once in a while, but the problem with Photoshop is I end up in a photo for like half an hour on its own. So usually I stick in Lightroom for most of them and only use Photoshop if I really feel like I need to do something specific. But Olivier says, forgot to submit my pics. There's always next time. This is another JPEG. Somebody said only I would commit to this. Commit to what? Editing a photo with flowers in it? Alright, maybe a little bit of a vignette thing happening. Just kind of keep it kind of dark, because what happens is every time I bring up the brightness of this whole thing, you start to see the noise of it. So I think we'll keep it nice and shadowy like that. We got our before and we got our after. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Steven says, yeah, I stick to Lightroom as well. Yeah, I generally stick to Lightroom. Oh, look at this. What photo popped up, but not this, the other one, which is, I believe, somebody who just said, oh, EAU Media. Straight road with the mountain. It just says, not this one, the other one, .jpeg. You sent me a JPEG. Jeez, you guys. I'm just kidding. You can send me JPEGs. Obviously, they're still editable. Editable. A didgeridoo. I'm losing it, you guys. I need more sleep or something. Okay. This one's kind of cool. Just grooving to my own tunes over here. I can't even stop it. You can't stop me. I'm in the zone over here. I'm in the zone. Okay, I don't want a full vignette, so here's what I'm gonna do. I do want to draw the eyes towards the center though, so I'm gonna do a tiny little exposure. Oh, that's weird. I didn't mean to have the color in there. Just the little exposure thing. It's like a fake vignette, a vignette, if you will. And that's going to help us kind of focus our eyes towards the center there. But I didn't want to get it too much up at the top because then it like makes the whole top part darker. You can use the radial mask tool. I could. Yeah. I even have like a custom vignette thing that I use for the radial mask tool when I want to, but I had a specific look I was going for with this one. And then I'm going to use the brush tool here. I'm going to draw over the mountains. Why is it doing the color? I did that in another photo and now it won't leave me alone. I'm going to go over the mountains there a little bit. And I'm going to get rid of the color. And then I'm going to use something called range mask. And we're going to choose a color. I'm going to get like blue going on in there. Make sure it's just selecting the blue and then desaturate the heck out of it. So that the blue is kind of more only in the sky. Except it's doing some other weird stuff too. Oh yeah, it's a JPEG, so it's gonna do weird stuff. Why JPEG? So range mask, once you make like some kind of a selection, whether it be with the brush, the radial tool, or the graduated filter, you can use a range mask to have it only select certain luminances, which means brightness, or colors. And so EAU Media said, is there a tip for less blue in the distant mountains? There's really no way that you can get that in camera without, I mean, I guess you could just change your white balance and try and get rid of it, but then you're also the sky is gonna go less blue as well. But this is kind of the way that I do it, is I use the brush tool and then the range mask. EAU Media says Apple converts the files. I don't know. It depends on how you're moving the files around and stuff. But so let's see what this looks like before and after with just the brush that I got going on. So yeah, it's causing some unwanted effects too, so I think it is actually better without it. Without me getting into like super nitty gritty and spending the next like 3 hours trying to fix this photo. But I think this is looking pretty good. So we got before and after. All right, moving on. Sergio, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Real Ambrose says editing raw is exactly the same, but the data doesn't fall apart. Yes, and that is why it's so frustrating, because as soon as I start to move things, it starts to fall apart on me. I get so much more latitude with my editing. Somebody, who else do we have in here right now? See if I recognize any names. Somebody was saying something about a drone shot. See any drone shots in here? Who's here right now? My photo, please. Retro Cine Productions. What's your name? What shot is it? You gotta tell me, because I don't know which one it is. I'll just do a dance in the meantime. Maybe get some coffee. Hey. Arif Islam Rifat. Where is your photo? What's your photo of? Sunset shot. There we go. There it is. We found it. Okay. It's a DNG file, so we are in RAW land, but only halfway in RAW land. Built-in lens profile is applied. Hey. Every time this song comes on, that's what I do. Okay, we're gonna make it a lot more sunset-y by just cranking this over here. Temperature. Oh, you guys can't see. Jeez. Okay, so this is what the shot started out as. There you go. Oops. I might have just zoomed in. This is what the shot started out as. And this is how far I've gotten without showing you guys, because I'm a silly human being. Basically, I just added some contrast and I moved the temperature way over to the warm side. Swear we shoot our cameras in RAW only, but our Mac won't recognize the Nikon. Dongle will be here for the next one. Weird. Weird. Farts Photography says, show the photo. Thank you. I got around to it eventually. I think there's like a fun little delay happening in the chat there. I'm gonna dehaze this a bit. Okay, let's make a nice fat vignette on this sucker. We're gonna fix some of the detail. We're at ISO 100. There's still a bunch of noise on the edges and stuff, so we're gonna just clean it up just a little bit. And then at the same time, I am gonna add some sharpening so that our buildings and stuff get they stay nice and sharp. Hey. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about that one. I think I might just leave that. I didn't even do a Dunna curve. Should I see what that looks like? Fade it up a little bit. Looks like it's like normal city, LA. Normal city, LA. Not that LA isn't a normal city, I guess, but just always imagine there to be a lot of smog there. Anyone here from LA? Is it smoggy? So it says this was a 4.5 millimeter. I assume this was taken on a phone. It says 4.5 millimeter f2.8 1/160th of a second. So probably using some kind of an app that allows you to
dial things in, but yeah, I think I like it better without the Dunna curve too. All right, before and after, I'm digging it. Oh, it's a Mavic Air. That makes sense. Yeah, 4.5 millimeters, so super, super wide. I guess for some reason I just assumed you were like sitting on a mountaintop or something like that, but it totally makes sense that this is a drone shot. All right, moving on. Anyone else in the chat that wants that's still kicking around, that wants their photo edited here? Let's see if I recognize any names. I see a Steven. I know we got a couple of Stevens. I don't know if it's the right one, but me. All right, Steven, I see you. I see you. All right, let's rotate this sucker. Little tip for rotating a photo: if you hit Command and then the like square brackets, either way, you can rotate the photo. So this is, what is going on in the foreground? Are those like locks? Excuse me. The sneeze caught me off guard. Gotta head out, says Paul Feinberg. Thanks so much for coming, man. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, and what do we got? This is an ORF file. What is an ORF file? Is that Olympus? Oh, it is Olympus. Nice. I don't know if I've ever edited an Olympus photo in the live stream here, or ever for that matter. Steven says, yep, it's tradition in China to make wishes and have their lock seal their wish. Very cool. I've seen places like that, or photos of like the lock bridges and stuff like that. Very neat. Love to see one in person. Thank you, Farts Photography, for blessing me when I sneezed. Appreciate it. If we got rid of some blue. There's a lot of blue back there. Maybe if we tealed it up a little bit too. Not quite so much. And then maybe if we made it a little brighter. Oh no, maybe not, because then it just disappears. That's cool, right? Looks perfect. This is cool composition using the lock bridge as kind of your foreground here. I think I'm feeling that. It's kind of interesting because the part in the middle that you like is the part that you think you want to like look at is super desaturated, and then our edges are the part that's like got all the red and all the color in it, which is really interesting. It's a really, really interesting composition. I dig this. Thank you, Steven, for submitting. So here's your before and after. I didn't even really do a whole bunch, just kind of made it pop a little bit more, and bam. Noah says, this song is stuck in my head. Well, good. I'm glad. All right, I got time for, I think, one more here. Is anybody still in the house who submitted a photo? And also, if you guys didn't know, if you're just hanging out, this is a fundraiser for NAACP. So there should be a donate button somewhere. If you haven't donated already and you want to, now's your chance. Now is your chance. I'm not seeing anyone else claiming it. And this is a pretty cool photo. Let me see what else we got in here. We got Dude at a Rock. I assume that's Mark. I thought Mark was going to show up. He's been excited about this. He's been chatting me up on social media and stuff. He's been sharing it. Noah says, no, it's bad. I hate when songs are stuck in my head. There's a monkey. I like monkeys, or whatever kind of animals those are. We got some sick tricks from Max B. Baseball. A bridge. Whoa, that looks dangerous. It's a cool photo, though. All right, let's see if I can get a couple. I kind of dig this one. It looks dangerous. I don't necessarily advocate for having your models do this, but I'm also impressed. Let's make it happen quick. This will be a speed round. It's an ARW file, so we're dealing Sony, which means I know how to deal with it. I can't stop thinking about how dangerous this looks. Be careful out there, people. Tone curve. This is like such an Instagram shot. Christopher Neuenhouse. Niehaus. I'm sorry about that, Christopher, if you're watching this or if you're watching it in the replay. But there is your shot before and after. Looking dope. It's a cool shot. Be careful with your human friend there. All right. And then what else do we got? I did that one quick so I can get another one in here. What do we got? What do we got? That knife shot was pretty cool. Let's see if we can rip through that. It's another Sony one. Hey, yeah. Neutral. Calibration. Go a little crazy with it, because why not? Tone curve. Make it epic. Fade it up. A little brighter.
Yep. Oops. Did that one already. Little vignette going on. Bring your eye in towards the center. Maybe went a little too far with the desaturation. And we're going to split tone this one. Just a little bit of blue in the shadows there. I like it better without the split tone, so let's get rid of that. And there we are. We got before and after. All right, gang. All right. I want to thank you all for coming out to Coffee Break with Done It Did It. We got 24 people left here. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for submitting your photos. And a huge thank you for supporting a good cause with the NAACP. Today, I can't, for whatever reason, see on my screen how much we made today, but I know that we got a couple of $100 donations and that kind of stuff. I think we did pretty darn well. Can you guys see on the screen how much we did for the charity here? Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you guys so much for supporting, and I'll see you guys next week for a chat live stream. I got big stuff coming next week, so thanks so much for coming out, and we'll see you next week. Evan says $369. Excellent. Thank you guys so much. Later.